It was the early 1990s. Tensions were still high in Eastern Europe. NATO aircraft regularly patrolled volatile skies. Flying fast, high and fearless were the F-15s. But they weren't alone. In the shadows lurked the MiGs, fast, agile, and deadly. The MiGs waited for their chance to strike, and when they found it, these Soviet-era fighters would leave nothing to chance. They were ready to unleash hell. On a routine patrol, two US F-15C Eagles soared through the heavens, unaware of the danger lurking below. Their mission, Operation Deny Flight, enforcing a no-fly zone over Bosnia. Staying under the F-15's data link range, they were like ghosts in the sky, unseen and unknown. But the F-15s were no pushovers. But the MiGs were relentless, pushing in with incredible turn rate in close combat. It was a critical moment, a showdown between two formidable foes. The MiG's helmet-mounted sighting system gave the pilot an advantage, allowing him to fire at will. Their agility was unmatched, forcing the F-15s to the edge of their own weapon range. The Eagle pilots quickly put their training into action, executing a series of evasive maneuvers that left the MiG's missiles in the dust. Armed with the advanced use, a WG-9 fire control radar and capable of firing both the AIM-120 AMRAAM and AIM-54 Phoenix missiles, they were a force to be reckoned with. It was a cat-and-mouse game played out in the skies above Bosnia, a dangerous dance of speed and skill. Their mission: intercept these intruding NATO jets and shoot them down. They were up against the best that Yugoslavia had to offer, flying some of the most lethal variants of the MiG-29 available. But what makes them stand out is how the sides chose to fight. These weren't the run-of-the-mill MiGs that the West had faced before. These were different, deadlier. They had weathered the storm, surviving the onslaught of missiles and coming out on top within seconds. The two jets were nose to nose in a deadly duel. At the same time, the F-15 crews showcased the power of the AMRAAM missile and the impressive beyond visual range capabilities of the F-15C. The Yugoslavs were known for their aggressive tactics, often engaging enemy aircraft at close range where the MiG-29 excelled. One thing was clear: only one of them would come out on top. They managed to fend off attacks and secure one victory, all while showcasing the resilience of the aircraft and the effectiveness of its system. The incident raised concerns about NATO's intelligence and surveillance capabilities. Many saw it as a testament to the power of preparation and quick thinking. The plan was risky, but the will to defend their airspace was stronger. However, this capability is limited by factors such as terrain, weather, and enemy tactics. The Yugoslavs had chosen their ambush points carefully, ensuring that the F-15s were always outside the range of their own data links when the attacks happened. By staying below the Yugoslav Air Force seemed to have anticipated the F-15's patrols and planned their ambush accordingly. The pilots also play a crucial role in the aircraft's overall performance. NATO's intelligence gathering and analysis capabilities were also called into question. This suggests a level of intelligence gathering that surprised NATO in the case of the F-15s. It seems that the pilots were not fully aware of the potential threat, but it also highlighted the importance of anticipating unconventional tactics and improving intelligence gathering. The missile streaked toward the MiG like a guided bolt of lightning. In the case of the F-15s, NATO's intelligence apparatus failed to provide the necessary insights. And remember, in the skies, ambush can happen fast. But how you respond decides who flies home. As the MiG reeled from the impact, its wingman came in to help. With an expertly timed boost maneuver, he covered his comrade's retreat, giving the injured plane a chance to escape. The tables had turned, and the predator had become the prey. As they cruised at 40,000 feet, they were the epitome of air superiority. The MiGs unleashed a barrage of heat-seeking missiles, streaking toward the F-15s like fiery serpents. It was a strategic decision, one that prioritized safety over another victory. But little did they know, two pairs of eyes were tracking them from below. As the F-15S to MiG-29 Fulcrums piloted by Bosnian Serb Air Force pilots climbed methodically from their hidden base near Belgrade. The MiGs were armed with heat-seeking R-73 missiles and equipped with a deadly helmet-mounted sighting system, giving the pilots an edge in close-quarters combat. Then the moment arrived. When the F-15s approached the MiG's pre-programmed waypoint, the Serbian pilots knew their time had come. They initiated a sharp turn, hoping to lure the F-15s into a trap. Their plan hinged on the and as if on cue, the F-15s obliged, responding with aggressive maneuvers that drove the MiGs further into Serbian airspace. The Eagles were quick to respond, banking sharply to expose the MiGs' positions. But in that split second, the tables turned. Warning lights flashed in the Eagle cockpits. A missile was inbound. The MiG had struck first, flaring, rolling, pulling into tight turns. The F-15S danced through the air, narrowly avoiding the incoming missiles. As tensions peaked, one of the MiGs managed to get behind an Eagle, its weapons now within range. But as he did, the F-15's counter-Z maneuver put the Eagle back in play. With practiced precision, the F-15 pilot released his countershot. But the story doesn't end there. The F-15, with its longer reach and heavier payload, had secured the kill. But it couldn't ignore the presence of the second MiG. As the drama unfolded, the two F-15s made their way back to friendly airspace, one trailing smoke but intact. Meanwhile, the MiGs vanished into the clouds. Their mission aborted, their presence a haunting reminder of the risks that still lingered in the skies of Bosnia. The F-15 crew later learned that their adversaries were not ordinary planes. These encounters didn't last long. Each dogfight lasted less than a minute, ending before either side could gain a decisive edge. The MiG pilots played to their aircraft's strengths, utilizing the MiG-29's renowned maneuverability and powerful offensive weapons. But perhaps most importantly, these engagements were a lesson in awareness and response. Despite being caught off guard, the F-15 crew survived. The incident quickly became a hot topic among aviation enthusiasts, military analysts, and pilots worldwide. But there was more to the story. These encounters revealed a lot about the mindset of the opposing pilots. Despite their numerical disadvantage, they managed to force the F-15s into tough fights, proving that sometimes it's not just about the aircraft, it's about the pilots behind the stick. So why did the F-15s keep getting ambushed? The answer lies in the details. It was a cat-and-mouse game played out in the skies, and the Yugoslavs were proven to be cunning opponents. When the news broke out, many questioned why the F-15, with their advanced technology and training, were falling victim to these attacks. How could such a surprise attack have been executed? The F-15's advanced sensors and data link capabilities are unparalleled, but they were seemingly of no use in preventing these attacks. The F-15's primary sensor, the UZWG-9 fire control radar, is designed to detect and track enemy aircraft from miles away. In the case of the F-15s, the Yugoslavs had clearly planned their actions to exploit these limitations. Additionally, the F-15's data link range, which allows it to share information about enemy aircraft with other friendly aircraft, was also not a game changer. But the F-15's sensors and data links are only part of the equation. The pilots need to be skilled enough to interpret the information provided by the sensors and make split-second decisions in the heat of the battle. They did not anticipate that the Yugoslavs would resort to such aggressive tactics, or that they would be able to remain undetected for so long. But it wasn't just the 15 sensors and pilot skills that were challenged. Before any military operation, it's crucial to gather as much information as possible about the enemy's capabilities, tactics, and plans. NATO should have anticipated the Yugoslavs' willingness to engage in risky, unorthodox missions and taken steps to counter them. Looking back, there are lessons to be learned. The F-15's advanced technology and training helped it survive these perilous encounters in the unpredictable world of aerial combat. No advantage is guaranteed. Staying one step ahead of the enemy is crucial, but who do you think has the edge? MiG-29 or F-15? Comment below and let us know. This is your host. And until next time, stay safe, stay curious.